Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today is another market moments video. Last week was a pretty good one in the markets, as things seem to be going up even though we're in this global crisis. However, as someone looking more for long-term investments, as usual, I've just been doing some general research in certain companies. So I thought I'd tell you a bit about some of them. So today I'm going to be talking about whether Facebook has got a rival, how Tesla is forced to pay their CEO, whether IBM is on their way up, and just a little bit right at the end, Houston, we finally don't have a problem. While the intro video plays, why not hit the like button if you like the idea of going into space, and if you don't like the idea, comment below to tell me why. So, our first story. When we think of social media, well, at least people my age, we think of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then maybe Snapchat. And we always forget that YouTube is also a social media platform. So why not hit the like button to show your appreciation to YouTube? These are, or should I say, were the largest social media platforms out there. Because now there is a new kid in town, TikTok. Now, why is TikTok a contender for the social media crown? Well, it helps to take a look at the other platforms first. From a study that Hootsuite did back in January, Facebook is obviously the grandfather of social media, with almost 2.5 billion active users daily. Now, YouTube is doing pretty well with 2 billion. WhatsApp, not really a media platform, but is still considered as a social platform, and you need to remember, they are owned by Facebook. They have 1.6 billion users. Then we have Facebook Messenger, which is piggybacking off the success of WhatsApp with 1.5 billion users. We have WeChat, the Chinese version of WhatsApp, is coming strong just underneath them. And then we have Instagram with 1 billion active users. Now looking at the graph, that's 4 of the 15 social channels being dominated by Facebook. Now we didn't even make it down to the likes of Snapchat and Twitter, but there was one social platform sitting just under Instagram, and that was TikTok. TikTok has become one of the fastest growing social channels. This is partly because it also has another name of Douyin, which is the name of the app launched by the company ByteDance in China in 2016, focusing on short videos. Then in 2017, they launched TikTok for countries outside of China. The company then merged with Musical.ly in 2018 and became the most downloaded app in America. And in 2019, TikTok, along with Douyin, hit the 1 billion download mark. It also was the most downloaded app in the App Store in 2018 and 2019. So, what does all this mean? It's a little difficult to find exact metrics from the same time for each platform, but we can work out some numbers. So back in 2012, when Facebook decided to buy Instagram for $1 billion, they only had 30 million users. That was 8 years ago. Now they are said to have 1 billion active monthly users. And in 2018, Bloomberg valued Instagram at $100 billion. And in 2019, Instagram generated around $20 billion in revenue. Now, TikTok only came about in 2018 or 2017 if we take into consideration Douyin as well. And in 2019, it was reported that ByteDance generated a revenue of $17 billion. But as ByteDance is still a privately held business, people do not know the exact numbers. However, it has been reported that ByteDance also has a valuation of over $100 billion. Now, the difference we need to remember is that ByteDance is a Chinese company, meaning that they have already made an impact in China before attacking and succeeding in the Western market. The Chinese market is the holy grail for any large Western company, as it is very difficult to adapt your business to work within the Chinese market. Luckily, however, ByteDance have managed to do this the other way around. But they clearly feel as though they have only scratched the surface in the Western market, as they have decided to take things a bit more seriously and step up their game. How, you may ask? Well, When you have the fastest growing entertainment app, there's only one place to go to find talent, and that's the world's largest entertainment company, Disney. So, as of May this year, TikTok has managed to secure Kevin Mayer, the chairman of direct to consumer and international business at Disney. Now, I personally went on TikTok the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't quite get it. Being a technical person and working in the world of social and marketing for many years, the algorithms just did not make any sense. However, in the world of tech, when things start to become normal and trending, that's usually the time when something needs to come and disrupt the status quo. Now, with a daily active user base of around 800 million people, and clearly with some unique AI algorithms that are obviously working for them, I definitely think TikTok is going to be a company to watch out for, because Facebook was valued at around $100 billion just before they went public. So I have no doubt that ByteDance will also look to follow in their footsteps and think of going public sometime soon. On to one of my favorite companies, Tesla. Now, we need to go back to the beginning, where Elon Musk, the billionaire that makes us all think of the real life Tony Stark, decided not to take a salary, which is fairly common for top executives to be paid mainly in potentially illiquid stock or options in the companies that they lead. But Elon took it another level and refused to take a salary at all, even refusing the California minimum wage of $56,000. But in the standard Elon Musk method, as we know from the name of his latest child, he has agreed to make things even more complicated. Musk agreed with Tesla that he will get paid only if Tesla reaches a series of jaw-dropping milestones based on the company's market value and operations. Otherwise, he gets paid nothing. So, back in 2018, Tesla set a dozen milestones, each at $50 billion points. So starting at $100 billion, then 150, then 200 billion, and so on, up until 650 billion. And in addition to that, the company set a dozen revenue and adjusted profit goals, where if Elon hits the milestones, he can receive about 1% more of the company. Now, as part of the agreement as well, even when he hits those targets, Elon must hold his shares for 5 years before selling them. Now, this all lies down to a long-term investment into the company. Of course, a billionaire like Elon Musk can live quite happily without a paycheck. However, as everyone should really measure themselves around the most finite commodity in the world, time, Elon will have to spend a lot of time working on Tesla to achieve these goals. Therefore, he has clearly done the maths to work out that he will get paid much more this way if he manages to hit those targets. And well, guess what? 2 years since that agreement, Elon has managed to keep the company's market valuation at $100 billion on a 30-day and 6-month trailing average, meaning that he has hit the first milestone, which results in about 1.7 million shares in Tesla, which is valued at around $775 million. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like a pretty good payout for 2 years of work. And it is probably going to be worth a lot more as the shares value continue to increase, especially if Elon manages to keep increasing the value of the company. Now, on to IBM. Remember that company you used to see plastered all around Wimbledon tennis or on those grey box tills in every shop? Well, it seems as though they're taking the strides to come back to the top of the tech world. IBM is a large tech company that is usually overlooked. Now, earlier this year, IBM promoted a new CEO named Arvind Krishna. It seems like the Indians are just dominating the tech world at the moment with Arvind, Satya, and Sundar. But Arvind led IBM's 2018 acquisition of Red Hat for $34 billion, which was the largest software company acquisition in history, and was probably also one of IBM's best moves in the recent years to keep them in the playing field with the other software companies. Now, on his first day as CEO, he also sent a message to all of his staff saying he believes that he can make IBM the most trusted technology partner of the 21st century, and that character is the utmost importance. Now, in the latest earning reports, Aravind said he is focusing on the cloud and AI moving forward, as these both pose some big opportunities. Not forgetting that IBM also created Watson, the AI computer that was able to win the US TV game show Jeopardy in order to come first place against the other champions to win $1 million. Now, IBM reported great numbers in the last quarter, with $17 billion in revenue, and they saw their cloud revenue grow by 23%. Plus, their Red Hat momentum grew by 20%, which all in all has resulted in them sitting on a $12 billion cash balance, making them very financially strong. Now, looking at their balance sheets, they also have $153 billion worth of assets and $133 billion worth of liabilities. However, $64.3 billion of debt made up part of their liabilities. So a lot of that comes down to the Red Hat acquisition, which cost them $34 billion. But as IBM generates about $12 billion free cash flow annually, it would be quite easy for them to pay off this debt if they really wanted to. Now, one of the main problems with IBM is the fact that they are considered as an old, out-of-date company with very little innovation. But they are positioned in a great place to grow in the tech field with the cloud side of their business and the AI side. But hey, the increases I mentioned earlier are very similar to the way Microsoft managed to relift their company when Satya Nadella took over. So it looks like there's a possibility of IBM doing the same. Now, currently, the IBM share price is sitting at about a 20% discount from where it was before the corona economy hit. And an added factor with IBM is that they have a strong dividend return for investors too. So currently, IBM is making thousands of cuts to their workforce and blaming it on the pandemic. But while sitting on a healthy cash sum, they clearly can afford it. But it seems like they're just using this as an excuse to make some changes for the better. Obviously, it's not great for those people losing their jobs. However, it has always been considered that IBM has too many people in their workforce, with over 350,000 employees. Therefore, it would make sense if these cuts could be an excuse for the new CEO actually deciding to make the company a little bit more leaner to help the decline of IBM become that all-important incline. So hopefully, with their bet on the cloud, Red Hat, AI, and the changes that have come with the new CEO, IBM looks like it could be a great company to watch in the near future. And finally, just before we finish up today, Houston, we finally don't have a problem. I know we have talked about Elon Musk a little bit already today, but hey, he's a very busy man, as his other company, SpaceX, has managed to send 2 astronauts into space to the International Space Center in their brand new modernized rocket on Saturday after a failed attempt on Wednesday. But this launch was the first time a private company has sent US astronauts to space. Now, this is really a pivotal time in history, as Elon Musk has proved that he has been able to drastically cut the price of space travel by introducing reusable space rockets. But once they start turning this mode of travel really commercial, I think there'll be huge movements towards the stock market to keep them running. So it'll be interesting to see what Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson also has hidden up their sleeves with the future of space travel. I hope you've gained some insight to the research on the companies that I've been looking at this week, but as always, I have no financial background. So everything I'm talking about is my own opinion, and I strongly suggest that you should go out and do your own due diligence before taking any advice from myself. But hopefully this has given you a starting point to do your own research. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the bell button as well, so you get notified when my next video comes out. But at the same time, if you liked the video, or even if you didn't, why not hit that like button and feel free to share and comment. See you at the next video.